What is business valuation based upon the replacement value, also known as the substantial value of assets? Restated, what is the replacement value or the substantial value of assets method of business valuation? Well, in simplest terms, the replacement value is simply the cost to replace assets in the market. So if you take an asset valuation approach to valuing a business, you say, what is the total value of all assets? Well, if the book method simply looks at what it costs to acquire the asset, the replacement method looks at the value of the cost of what it would cost to replace it in the market. This is really important when you have industry innovations that make current assets far less valuable, meaning that you can acquire assets in the market that do the same thing at a much lower cost, meaning that the value of what you currently have in terms of assets is far less. So you basically look at the scenario of what are the available substitutes and what is the value in the market. Now, interestingly, this is completely independent of what you paid for the original asset and completely independent upon company performance. But one thing to consider is you need to look at what is owed on existing assets. So if you say I have a current asset worth $100 and to replace that asset with a current market valued asset would cost $50. Well, the value of my assets is $50 because, once again, that's the value of the asset. The market replacement value is $50, so you would identify $50 as the valuation. But what if you owe $50 on that asset? Well, to replace it, you would have to pay another $50, so you have a $50 asset that you, one, have to pay $50 for, and you already owe $50 for it. So a gross replacement value is simply the value of the asset if you were to replace it. A net substantial value of the asset is you take the value of the market replacement and you also subtract from it whatever you owe or any debts you have that are attached to that assets. And that gives you the net substantial value, which may be zero. So anyway, this is what the replacement value or the substantial value of assets method is and how it's used.